Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I use Squarespace to publish my photography website because I like how simple and straightforward it is. I like how clean and minimal and well-designed their templates are. I think they're absolutely perfect for showcasing photography or really any kind of creative work. And the best thing about Squarespace is that everything is taken care of for you. You don't have to know anything about coding or web design. You don't have to hire someone and spend a bunch of money to, to build a website for you. Squarespace has all the tools you need. You can absolutely do it yourself by heading over to squarespace.com/Dominey and signing up for a free 30-day trial. And then when you're ready to go live, use my last name, Dominey, to save 10% off a new website or domain. Today I'm photographing Yant Flat, a beautiful area in the backcountry of southern Utah, containing some very unique geology, great colors, great lines, great textures. And I hiked out here a little bit earlier than I normally would in the early afternoon to do some scouting around, to look around and find some good subjects, some good compositions to be shooting later on in the day when the sun gets a little bit lower. Wow. Such fantastic geology out here. Oh, it's just all these like undulating waves and all these lines that are just cascading and flowing down the side of this hill here. And all of this is created from wind and from rain and water, and it's fascinating. Look at this. Oh, it probably looks a little gray right now, especially on camera, but it's actually, you could tell that there's a lot of orange and red in there, and some yellow, of course, too. And in this light, in this rather neutral looking light, it's, well, you know, the colors aren't anything to get too excited about, but man, it almost looks like air was inflated underneath the ground, and that was just pushed up and blown out. So very cool. And this up here reminds me of the wave down in Vermilion Cliffs in northern Arizona, which I've been to. I actually won a lottery one time. It was so cool. And I won it in person at the visitor center. I don't even know if they're still doing those lotteries or if now they've just totally shifted to doing them online. But back in the day, or at least just a few years ago, you had better odds of getting a permit to hike out there if you went to the visitor center in Kanab, Utah, and showed up early in the morning when they opened. And then they had this guy there with one of those bingo ball machines, and they would give you a number, and they would literally just roll that machine.
All right, 22.
Every time a ball fell out of that hopper and rolled down to the end, and that park ranger picked up the ball and looked at it, the whole room just got silent. Absolutely quiet. It was like you could hear a pin drop in that room. And I think in a way they kind of enjoyed the drama, the park rangers, because man, everyone was just holding their breath. And then they call out the number and someone goes, woo! And well, one of those times that was me. Figure out what exactly I'm going to do here. But good thing is I have plenty of time. I got food, I got water, and I got time to hike around here and check it out and figure it out. This is a nice little area down in here. It would be even better if these little spots here were full of water. Get some little like reflecting pools in here. That would be pretty nice. Yeah, Nice. Nice swirl. Very, very cool. Woo. Awesome. There's a very well-defined swirl right there. It almost looks like a stain or something, almost like a coffee stain. So crazy. Yeah, it seems like things are starting to get better. The light, the sun is getting lower. The light is getting warmer, getting a little more color in it. The problem that I'm having is that this whole ridge that I'm on here, like all of this over here behind me, all of this is like directly across from the sun. So it's like my hand right here, right? You know, light is just bouncing right off of it because the sun is directly across from the subject, and so it's just bouncing light right back. It's kind of a lot like portrait photography, where you want something like this or something like this, like what do they call this, Rembrandt, but not like that. And that's the challenge here. At this point, I was beginning to feel rather frustrated. I couldn't find anything that was really grabbing my attention photographically until I looked up on a hill and saw something interesting high above. Wow. Isn't that dramatic? My goodness. Wow. That is, ooh, it's a long way down, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, this thing looks like computer generated or something. Like it's almost too pretty. Too pretty to take a picture of. Oh my God. It's almost like a perfect, like a perfect circle. The outer diameter of it, the extension of the branches. I think this angle here may actually be the best, because we're getting that side light on it from the setting sun, which is giving some shape to the branches, as opposed to getting behind it over here, shooting directly into the sun, where it's just it's just a silhouette at that point. I mean, it is beautiful. Maybe if I get back a little bit. All right. So I've been trying a number of different options here for composing this tree, and what I'm starting to settle on is that I don't really want to take an image like the one you're looking at right here, where the tree is just like right in the middle of the frame. I don't know, center alignment. It's something I've done a fair amount of, and oftentimes when I look at the images later, I don't really like them as much, because I don't feel like they have any real. It just doesn't feel like anything is particularly creative is going on. It just feels a little like, look at this, So I'm always like, trying, to do different things. And so one of the things that I'm doing here, I've got the camera set up vertically, L bracket. Come on, turn back on. Using a portrait orientation, and I'm trying to include more of the foreground here, like more of the rocks and some of these really nice, grass and shrubs and everything. And of course, we have these beautiful mountains back here in the background. But as you can see, like the branches are extending up and out of the frame. Like they're going further out. And I feel like it kind of leaves something more to the imagination. So you're not looking at the entire tree, but you're looking at like about 80% of it. But you might imagine it being even larger than it actually is. So anyway, yeah, nice, beautiful evening.